Arcade enthusiasts definitely know a game called Chase H.Q. The game where you play as a cop that drives a car really fast down the highway to catch the criminal while also smashing him out of the way to bust them. It's frantic yet fun. The game is popular enough to spawn multiple titles including Super Chase Criminal Termination, which was one of my favorite in the series, along with other ports to other different systems. But that's not what I want to talk about today. Instead, I want to talk about one of the games that no one remembers. Ray Tracer was developed and published by Taito on January 17, 1997. Happy late birthday! Exclusively on Sony PlayStation. Not to be confused with the shmup series sharing the same name. Here's a little history. In case you don't know, Taito released a couple of the game in the arcade, but the front has the same name, starting with Ray Force in 1994, aka Gunlock, aka Galactic Attack, aka Layer Section. Are we naming a baby now? Seriously? Then Raystorm in 1996, aka Layer Section 2. And finally, Ray Crisis in 1998. And that's it. Thank God. Those games did well in the arcade that I guess Taito want to ride on the success, so they named this game that way. Anyway, back to Ray Tracers. Upon starting the game, it's definitely not a shmup. The story takes place in a dystopian future where a futuristic city was built. Unfortunately, a strange explosion occurred which destroyed the entire city. But fear not, the city was rebuilt and it was named Rain City, which I don't think it ever rained. But then a gang called the Black Kaiser appeared out of nowhere and proclaimed themselves as the new leader. In response, Tracer team was formed comprising couple drivers that were sent to stop the trend. And that's basically a story that you probably will forget anyway. The gameplay remains largely the same as Chase H.Q. You got your timer, you got your car, and you got your map. You work your way from the bottom to the top to reach the target as quickly as possible, and then you do your job. Slam the out of your enemy till they blows up. Unlike the first game where you hit them enough times to arrest them, here you just watch them blow up and die in a fireball possibly. See, even the laser agrees. But that's not just that. There are significant differences. Each level contains checkpoints that can extend your time on your quest to catch the enemy. That means you can afford to mess up and still able to make a comeback, unlike the brutality of the arcade game where one mistake means putting more credits. I just crashed once and I'm not gonna able to make it? Come on! Another change is the nitro system, where you can use by holding down the circle button. Thank God with that. The arcade games gave you 3 nitro and force you to use it all at once. That means you will be vulnerable to crashing should you not be careful, and not to mention, your nitro ran out so quickly and you could be wasting it if you're messing up anyway, which was very frustrating. At least they changed it in Ray Tracer, where you can use the nitro at your own pleasure at any moment by pressing or holding down the button, and this is a good thing considering there are obstacles up ahead which could hinder your performance, and in return, you could control how much you want to use at any rate. Thank you, Taito. Thank you for not making the player suffer. Obviously, you still have to plan it strategically, as you don't get any refill when you use them in any of the levels. There are a total of 2 game modes, Chase mode consists of 6 levels, with the first 5 having you to work your way to catch the boss. Along your way, you have to navigate through the twisty roads, and controls are pretty easy for the most part. Using those controls will help you to drift through some of the tight sections which you don't want to screw up because you will lose a lot of time flipping.
Just park the car. Would you let go of my wheel? Hey, come on! Hey, watch it!
The other obstacles are traffic. They are always in your way. You can avoid by going around them, but why would you do that where you can just slam them? Since your car don't take any damage at all, you can freely hit anyone off the road and watch them explode into million pieces. You thought they would just do that to the bus? No, they will do the same with the traffic too. And you know what? It's pretty fun. I never thought war crime would be this exhilarating. They break in front of you and also go near you, which means it's not your fault for hitting them, and you even score points for hitting everything. Welcome to the future where war crime is fun. I don't know about you, but hitting those traffic reminds me of another game where you hit traffic to gain enough boost to extend your time. Man, that game sure is fun. Once you get through those sections, you will face the boss that have different attack patterns and you will have to figure out what to do with them. Their moveset are pretty easy to read, and the more you play, the more you will find the game as a whole to be easy. Yeah, including the latter stages. Next is time attack, where you choose between 4 tracks, and as the name suggests, you can try to get the fastest time with or without a rival, while also practicing to be better in chase mode. And that pretty much covers it all for the game mode. There are 4 cars that you can select ranging from different characters with different backstory. But you're not here for the backstory, so let's just move on. Each of them had different stats like battle speed, acceleration, and handling vice versa. It's up to you to decide which is better. In my opinion, I highly recommend the red car for beginners, green and yellow car for the veterans that offer the best handling that can help you finish the game without much problem. And finally, avoid the blue car at all costs. It got good speed, but horrible handling. You will thank me later. Additionally, there are 3 cars to be unlocked that have better stats than those 4 that I mentioned. Sumuji by beating him as a rival in time attack, Maki, which is the hardest to do considering you had to finish the game 4 times with the 4 characters. That means using the blue car. Hell no. And Kaiser, where you have to beat the game as Maki. Those 3 makes the game easier because of their speed, and that's about it. They don't really add anything else to the game. There's also difficulty where playing on easy will just limits you to the first 3 stages, normal, which lets you finish the entire game, and hard mode, which removes nitro, which is the core element of the game. Don't try that is just impossible. Oh yeah, before I go, let me just talk about the miscellaneous stuff. You might notice the game name. Yes, that is ray tracing. Graphic-wise, the game sure didn't age well, especially from 1997. There are rough edges around the area, but not bad enough to ruin the experience. What's interesting though is the attention to detail. The window on the car actually reflects what's around the surrounding of the car. This can be clearly seen when you arrive at a boss with a text appearing on the screen. Pay attention to the window and you can see the window even reflects the word. Also, whenever you blow up someone behind you, you even notice the explosion going on in the background thanks to the body of your car that reflects it. I guess you can say it's somewhat revolutionary. Those graphics are never seen before, especially on Sony PlayStation 1 that wasn't able to do that due to console limitation. And before you ask, yes, this is the American version of the game. Apparently in the Japanese and Europe version, there's voice acting with the game. A female protagonist called Cindy Gibson will tell you what's up ahead during your gameplay, similar to Nancy from the arcade game. Personally, I'd rather stick with my American version. Sure, it might feel bland and quiet due to no one chattering, but I prefer it as no one would distract me because I don't have to look at the screen, as even that small thing can even distract me from playing the game. And that's my review on Ray Tracer, a spin-off on title popular Chase H.Q. Really wish they picked a better name, as this game deserved more attention than what they had, but unfortunately, it fell under everyone's radar, which really sucks as the gameplay is pretty fun, even though it's very short. I recommend it if you're able to find a cheap copy of it. By the way, this was the last Chase H.Q game to be released on console, as the next one, excluding the ports, head back to the arcade scene as Chase H.Q 2. And with Taito being swallowed by Square Enix, it's unlikely a new Chase H.Q game gonna come out anytime soon. Enjoy what you had, folks, because it won't last forever. If you like what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss a thing. Also comment below whether or not you agree on this video, and also what's your thought on this game. Have you heard it before? Have you played or not? Be sure to let me know below. And don't forget to join my Reddit and Discord server down in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.